Um,
All right, guys, we're live. We got every time zone here. We got 10
yeah,
a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. Hopefully, people are watching in other time zones. Comment right now. Let me know where you're watching, what time it is, and what you're drinking. We got eClinPro, CTMS. They're going to be SOS sponsors once again, so thank you very much. I know a lot of people are curious. A lot of people on this panel are curious. I know a lot of people watching are curious. We have Jose and Rainier on, and thank you both for coming on. How are you guys doing?
doing really good and really excited and thankful, to participate in the SOS. We had the opportunity last year. It was great. You did a great job.
Yes.
I highly recommend anyone watching the video, my customers. A few of our customers attended last year. They had a really great impression, and a few of them, they participated pretty much all the conference around the year. So it's great to know that they rate the SOS at the top because of the experience. They did a great job, managing the timing. They had time for everything, even though to have sit back and relax and understand everything they learn and see how they gonna implement that in the upcoming project. So that was great because you guys, you do a really great job sharing
Well, we
also your
tried. I
knowledge.
mean, we didn't really know what we were doing last year, but with this year, I
Again,
think we'll. What was the
well,
feedback you guys got? Like from the. I'm just curious. From last year to make you guys want to do it again, you must have had a good experience. So, what was like the feedback that you
well, I
get from
can go
last year?
into the detail for myself. To be honest, I don't know about the site, but I can tell, but based on their faces, they had a great time, and they just mentioned I remember in the last party, like of course I'm gonna attend next year. I can wait for next year. So I can tell they were really excited. So
All right.
in our case, we had a great time as well. We had the opportunity to share, to know great people. Sharing knowledge is ideal for any project, to understand everyone's need and to improve each other and make everything better, for a better result and to have, of course, a better outcome in the studies for patients, to have a better, better results in the pharmaceutical industry, which is the goal, everyone's goal. We try to achieve like a balance between the business for ourselves and to have a good quality of life, our families, etc. But also the opportunity to merge that into the great opportunity to add, just a leader to this amazing project of the pharmaceutical. It's great. It feels, really powerful and well, a lot of responsibilities as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's great, and we can't wait to meet you again in the SOS. So
Particularly in my case, I remember so one of the things that we used a lot was part of the SOS. They had a lot of coordinators. You had a lot of coordinators too. We're not only business owners. We're coordinators too, and other kind of roles, and that helped us too to understand sometimes what they need to do. It's not only about thinking about the owners and the management, also as the coordinators. What do you feel? How do you think that we can improve? What else? What other tools do you think that you need? So, during that conference, we showed them the what we have. They love it, but also they give us some ideas that we implement during the year for sure.
Okay. I
yeah,
mean,
actually, I think that's one of the things that
Mm.
differentiate you, between the older conference. To be honest, now that I remember, our customers mentioned that they felt more attended, more like the focus of the conference was, based on their needs. Try to help them understand the industry and how to face different problems and issues that the sites, of course, face. Not us, but I'm just trying to remember their feedbacks. But yeah, that was great. This conference that you created. So thank you for that.
yeah, no, thank you for saying that. I mean, yeah, we created the conference we wanted. I personally was tired of going to conferences that are not owned by sites, and there was no such thing, and we decided to create one. And so I'm glad you guys had a good experience. I'm curious about your product. I did not get a chance to see the demo last year. I was busy running around interviewing everyone I could find, but
I come back.
I am.
Yeah,
If you guys want to share, and then Chris, Brad, Judy, feel free to jump in. I think Monica's in the waiting room or something. Chris, I don't know.
yeah, we're missing Monica.
Who's the gatekeeper here? Chris, stop gatekeeping, man. There she
You
is.
Hi,
Hi,
I
Monica.
was waiting and waving.
Maybe that beeping
Good
sound was
morning.
Monica ringing the doorbell. Well, we're gonna
Hi.
get into eClinPro because, like I was saying, Monica, last year I didn't get a chance to look at it, and I've heard honestly, guys, I'm not just saying this because you're here. I've heard so many good things about you guys, specifically about the affordability aspect, but also like the use, like the user experience. So I don't know if you want to just get into that a little, or if Brad or Monica or Judy, Chris had any questions. Feel free to jump in, and I'll mute myself for a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, go
sorry.
ahead, Monica, please.
I wanted to ask what has been like the changes from last year to this year, because I know you guys had a lot of updates or upgrades on the platform, and yeah, basically that.
Well, a lot of changes and a lot of work. Everything towards our customer success. I know it sounds like an advertisement, but our customers can tell. Again, we're trying to find a balance, uh, for the company success and also to keep our existing customers happy, to be competitive toward, against the other platforms that exist, and everyone is doing a good job trying to help sites, right? But in our case, we try to do more like a personalized type of thing. We kind of keep a close relationship with our customers, try to understand their needs. Sometimes I know I mean, you cannot achieve everything that you want in life, but we try. We try every day harder. Um, and we have added a lot of features, not only improving the e-source with the data validation points, but also the e-pay for the stipends, try to make, that process easier for them, for the sites, the e-consent, pretty much everything that we can do, so the sites can work in a hybrid or maybe a fully virtual type of protocol. They can do it right now with our solution. And yeah, I mean, they give us their feedbacks every day. We try to address as much as possible and try to improve. And yeah, affordability is a key point since 2020 that we launched the product. As a matter of fact, we keep the same cost, and we have grown a lot. We have added a lot of tools, and I remember since the beginning, one of the concerns of our customers was about the pricing. Like, hey, I know you will raise your price, so I'm really happy to, say this, and also this meeting is recorded, so everyone can check. Back 2020, we had the same cost, same pricing, with a lot more tools for the sites. So again, we work for the sites, of course, for
Mhm.
ourselves as well as a company, but for sites, 100%, and they can tell.
Yeah.
So far, we have a pretty raw solution, just as a summary, so everyone watching the video can, uh, know about this as an option, of course. And also, I always recommend my customers and anyone that we interview to check the other vendors, because sometimes, one vendor might fit better for them, or, but definitely this type of solution 100% will help you as a as a site owner to improve and to get better results, to organize your data, your work, all your work, your team effort is more organized. You can put reports and everything, and also it looks better, uh, from the sponsors type of view, because they will see you, trying to do better, to have better results, to collaborate with them and everything. And
All right,
yeah,
we got
I do have
my
a
boy
question.
Nelson here.
Oh, go ahead,
Nelson
Brad.
has similar question. Nelson's question is similar to mine and probably a bunch of other people.
Mhm.
And then we'll get to Keith's right after. Judy, maybe you want to do that one. Nelson says, "What specifically do you think distinguishes your product from real time or Creo? Can you give two features or differences in particular? No pressure, guys.
No,
Just
no,
you know,
it's well, it's kind of a pressure, you know,
Mhm.
but something that we try to keep. I wish I could keep it in the future. I know some customers are concerned because they watch us growing really fast this last year, but is the type of support that we offer. This direct, personalized type of support, because the main challenge, at least from my perspective, that the site's owner face is the support. Because every change is a challenge. Even though for myself, if I need to switch from one software that I use for development and stuff, it's a challenge. I need to learn. I need to keep the pressure of keep going, improving, and everything is extra. It's like in my mind is, uh, stopping me from going on. So that's one thing that differentiates us. The support that we offer to the site sometimes is like, I don't know. It's like we really. I mean, it's too much. We offer pretty much everything to them. SOPs. We offer our advice. Sometimes we share with them other sides' experience, so they know how to face certain challenges. And yeah, and also that help us understand. I think for myself, I mean, Jose, my partner, is a foreign doctor. He has plenty of experience. Actually, the whole idea of the CTMS was his idea, but in my, I mean, I'm just talking for myself. I have to put a little extra to learn about the solution, so I know how to better develop all the tools and everything based on the site needs. So and yeah, that also help us to have, let's say, like a bigger team, like a bigger collaboration team, because um, as we keep these direct communication with our customers, allow us to understand their problem, allow to address uh, most of them and translate that into a better solution for them and for us as a company. So it's like a mutual gain. uh, it's been great, and that's something that we would like to keep forever.
If I
um,
can jump in about
so,
saying something is if you ask us about what differentiate us, I will say that the main thing that we trying to transfer to our customers is that they are not just paying for a product. We are partners. So when a customer contact me saying, "Hey, I have this situation. How I can fix this?" So we show them the proper way to resolve everything, the guideline, the workflow change in your day by day using the now a system, because before you use everything in Excel, or you can fix something later, but now you need to enter data in real time, making sure that everything is accurate. So now we train them, and they check, they see us as a partner, right? So with some of them we have a WhatsApp group, because they prefer to have a better communication with us. So we that's one of what differentiate us. Okay, the partnership that we have with our customers, and also that not also about the system. Sometimes they told me directly, Jose, I need this SOP. Yes, I have it. You can use it. I mean, we don't charge you nothing extra. Our goal is your success, right? So let's see what we can do to help.
That's great to hear because I know a lot of these systems that exist, unfortunately, their tech support has got worse instead of better. So that's great to hear that you still give that individual, I guess, support. But actually wanted to ask, I guess, to add on to that question that was mentioned, what specific, I guess, components or what does your CTMS include? Because a lot of these systems don't always include all the different features. We're familiar with them, but not everybody that's watching this video. So if you could break down exactly like what's included in your CTMS.
that's a good question. So actually, it's something that we keep it public. So anyone that doesn't remember what I'm just about to say, they can visit our website. It's public right there. Everything that is included is, we keep everything transparent from the beginning. Um, so not the regular CTMS only, which include, I guess, like the patient database, recruitment type of, workflows, the calendar, appointments, etc. But also the studies. We kind of have like a package, right? We keep it simpler for sites and for us, so they can, work towards their year budget and the cost and everything, because it's really important to have every business cost as low as possible, and for them to make sense, of course. So we kind of have everything for what fixed costs. Let's say if you are a site owner and you handle up to 10 active protocols, we kind of measure that in like the start plan is $250 a month fixed rate and includes everything. When I mean everything is the patient database recruitment module, marketing, etc., the SMS capability for appointments and chat channel, the e-source regulatory part, budget, live reports, the option to add as many users as needed. You can manage all the access per user per site, meaning that you can also have multiple locations set up really easy and have all the information organized and the access distributed across the sites per responsibility. You can have the e-consent, delegation log, training logs, etc. So
Yeah, I remember this presentation now last year, and I was surprised last year at that price. Inflation's still in place and still the same price, so that's great. Eh,
yes, and
eh, and I think I asked this question. I don't remember the answer though. What do you provide programming of the e-source, and if so, is there an additional cost to that, and what
of
would it be?
course,
I can.
we added it as a service, and of course it's a win-win as well because sites we know as they get more busy, it's more complex for them to have these right people with the right knowledge to set up the budget properly and the source properly. So we kind of start that 2 years ago. Right now, we do. This is something that actually amazed me in the morning. I'm not like in front of that team. Is my partner Jose, but I was amazed this morning to know because I was trying to get some statistics to share with you. We built this year 1,060 protocols, so a lot of protocols, and
For short design.
yes, and also close to 600 budget configurations. I mean, a lot of yes, and it comes with a fixed one-time fee. We charge 350 for the protocol setup, and that includes everything. We had data validation points and everything. So
Well, as far as I know, nobody is anywhere near you in pricing. 350 for programming, and then 250 a month, regardless of users. Yeah, I don't think anyone's near that.
But if you, I can jump on this. That's the purpose, right? We want to help the sites. So at the point that I bring the platform to you, I want to bring you more services, and you it is so costly for you. At that point, I'm not helping you anymore. It's a lot of cost involved in that. So our goal is let's provide a good solution, a good tool, and not, I mean, nice other services like a source design, budget configuration, everything. That will be not that expensive for you, and you can run your study and making profits of that. So because at the point that this platform can be that expensive that you can hire another coordinator, you're losing money. So that's not our plan. We want you to use our service as a tool only, right? To streamline processes, to make everything smoothly and have everything in just one location, right? That's what you want. What's gonna happen if you start growing and next year you open two more sites? You already have everything ready. You just create a new site and start adding studies. So that's our goal. You want to save the sites, help them with the budget too. So you don't want if I start charging 4 to 5 times my price, I mean maybe some they will take it, but you're gonna have a lot of sites that they are a single site with 3 studies or 5 studies that they will say, no, I don't want to pay for that. So that's our goal. Everyone should use these kind of tools. So that's why we're trying to keep it as simple as possible. So the only thing is we need to work more, but that's why we're here to work more and help on sites.
Yeah, no, this is awesome because I do talk to a lot of sites who are in that weird, you know, size
yeah,
where, they don't want to spend or they can't spend money, on some of the other commercially available, CTMS systems out there, but they also you can't really run effectively off of Excel spreadsheets for too long before drive yourself crazy. So I appreciate that, that's the consideration. And to your point, I mean, I think one of the best ways to actually help and foster more new sites is making it cost effective to run a site, because it cannot be, especially in the beginning when you don't really know what you're doing. I have a question about, like, you guys have much in way of like APIs or integration with any other systems, like bringing in Facebook advertising into your recruitment, or maybe even like QuickBooks integration and for your financials? Is that something you guys have looked into?
Yeah, you mentioned two important ones. About the advertising, we have a great tool. We call web integration because it's actually like type of auto-populate web type of thing. Let's say everyone needs a website with this page to advertise and upcoming or enrolling studies, right? And you need like a smooth way to communicate that to the or to interact with any person wanting to participate. The most common workflow is you have the advertisement, anyone apply, you receive hundreds emails, you need to follow up with them. Sometimes you waste that much time. It's demonstrated in statistics. If you spend more than 2 days or 3 days, you will lose that person that is willing to participate. So we kind of have a tool to integrate that page with your account on eClinPro in a way that you can set up uh, these campaigns pretty easy with the banner and the context. And then in the application forms is something that also you can configure dynamically, meaning that all application forms doesn't need to look the same, right? So maybe you want to add this question here or there, maybe include the most important inclusion criteria questions, kind of to classify automatically the applications. And actually, the system help you to do so. Because once you add the questions, you can also measure the applications based on the answers, right? And that will help you to classify the more qualifying candidates or not. And you can organize your workload. Of course, that fits your patient database, and that will start a two-way chat channel with the patient because they apply, they receive a confirmation SMS, and they can ask any question in real time. Your team will see a pop-ups alert in Eglin Pro SMS channel, and they can continue the communication with that person that want to participate in the trial. Um, so yeah, that's one thing. The Facebook one is a pending project that we have. Actually, the budget, to be honest, was not uh, the priority at the beginning, but little by little, it's becoming a priority. So we have improved a lot of the budget. Meaning, the beginning we just had like a regular workflow with entries created, just regular entries, general entries. Right now, we have a way to dynamically configure the budget based. I mean, as also per locations to classify cost and income, and then when you complete the visit as a coordinator and submit for billing, that will generate automatically for you account receivables and account payables, which helps a lot to organize all the accountability part. Also, we kind of plan to add the e-pay um, type of process for paying the vendors, etc., which is something that I know we have pending, um, but it will be done. Right? I'm getting recorded, so I promise.
Yeah,
The
I'll pull this up. I'll pull this up again in a year.
no, no.
Remind you.
No, no, it's not that complex. The QuickBooks integration is a challenge because it's like a two-way integration, like two-way channel. So we need to be super careful with the permissions and everything. What you can do in QuickBooks because it will reflect it in the CTMS or the other way around. And I need to study a little more. I have done many QuickBooks integration, desktop integration, the online version, but I'm just concerned about actually what you need as a site at to which point, because I don't want eClinPro to become like accountability software like QuickBooks. To keep it simple, I don't want to keep it that complex, but something that makes sense for sites, to help sites and also help us grow as a business as well. But yeah, it's something pending for now.
So Nelson, you've got, guys, thank you for answering these questions. Nelson is asking a lot of questions that are on a lot of site owners' minds, and I guess maybe it's easier to discuss from the main players out there that offer similar products, maybe it's better to start with what do you not provide that others do, or maybe it's everything's
Yeah, no, that's a good
similar.
question. Actually, we have a big accomplishment that we need to, big goal that we need to achieve this year, which is the sponsor level, right? So we have these customers that grow up to a certain point that they behave like side or CROs, small CROs, or side networks, and they work closely to sponsors. So they force us pretty much to create an ECRF, meaning all the data that you input in the source to have the possibility to put that as a dynamic report and to exclude certain information, to have a clean data report or clean statistic data report to provide to the sponsor quick. So that's something that we created. Big I mean, it's something I would like to say this. Maybe a sponsor watch the video and they would like to reach out to us, because I would love to work with the sponsor directly and to experience actually what they need. Because so far, I'm pretty confident I know like a lot about sites and what they need. Um, and we have great customers. And by the way, I would like to thank our customers. Without their support, there will be no eClinPro. So thanks so much for your support. But yes, again, sponsors, because so far our customers still need to translate the data into the EDC. So if we can understand better how sponsors work, we can do like even better communication in the way that once the data is entered into the source, there is no need to manipulate more the data. That will be done. So as a sponsor, what do you need? Feel free to reach out, and more than happy to address any change to transform, Eclipse Pro, um, also to make
Yeah.
sense for
Maybe
sponsors.
the next thing seems to
Okay.
be like passive data integration with EDCs and
Yeah.
things like that. But you guys are living proof of this theory I have that I think is coming true, where technology, the more competitors we get, it's just a race to the bottom as far as pricing.
Yeah,
And it keeps the other established players honest, because your participation in the market is keeping the others from going crazy on the prices, right? Like you have like a market control on what's reasonable. And I do think that's appealing to a lot of sites.
of course it is. Yeah, and we have seen sites grow a lot. Um, I mean, 90% based on their efforts and their team, of course, but a small percentage also, thanks to the platform, because help them to manage multiple locations and to have a control and a quality um, over their team work and effort every day. So
yeah.
yes,
One of the things I want to give you guys a chance to address, and then I'll mute myself again. But uh, how do you guys handle? And you could be as honest as you'd like. How do you handle glitches and bugs? Are they frequent? Are they because the perception is when I'm paying less for something, the quality's not as good. So I want you to
yes,
kind of
yeah,
talk about this.
yeah. And to be honest, I have the feeling that we have lost great customers just because our cost is so slow.
I
And
love that.
even though without them experiencing how the actual platform work, and also I understand that up to a certain level, because big companies, new players in the market, I understand. So sometimes we just keep calm and keep going, keep hearing our customer feedback and pushing towards making the platform better and with more tools just to get ready. So when the opportunity came, we can actually use the opportunity and keep moving forward. Um, so
You got the English, and you can jump. You got the English and everything. The system works very fast. We don't have any issues. If someone report something that is not working properly, we investigate. Most of the time, it's because they didn't configure something as should be. So,
yeah,
as we mentioned, We've offered that service, but we also offer the way to train you how to do it by yourself. That way, you don't need to pay for anything, right?
Yeah.
And that training is at no extra cost. You want me to show you how to you can configure the sources in the system? I will show you an hour, entire hour for that. So you can do it by yourself. But sometimes you're making mistakes. And when you make mistakes, you feel, okay, hey, this is not working as should be. So when you contact support and we check, hey, this is what's wrong. So let's fix it. I keep going. I don't think we never had any kind of big issues, nothing like that. And that's why we also trying to, to offer our clients our services as designers or something like that. That making sure that everything is well configured, right? And one of the questions that I saw in the comments were about transitions, how you can manage that, right? So in our case, we offer migrations. They say, hey, what I can do, I have all this data in this platform or even in Excel. I don't know if I'm ready to do all this. So we handle everything for them. Of course, we give them a quote for that. It's very affordable as well, and we handle everything for them. Trainings, all the questions that they may have at any time, and we split the trainings as many times as they need. So that's what we have been doing actually.
And to answer your question, the original one about the bugs, yeah, we do have bugs. If you use a software company that said they have no bugs, I'm not sure about that. Um, to to be honest, at the beginning, yeah, more often. But as I mentioned before, we have like a huge team. Our customers are part of our team. They do a great job because they actually use the platform. So if anything happens, they report really fast. And we are really fortunate to have support of the hosting company that provide the hosting for us, that actually provide a really great service at a cost that we can afford. And that's actually one of the key points that help us to keep the cost low. We have, so everyone watching the video know, I think usually the recommendation is to have like 7 days backup data. Might be wrong, but I think it's around that. We keep 2 months of data backup just to keep, way safer. Because I mentioned from the beginning to my partner Jose, from the IT perspective, I mean, it's a new platform still, even though 5 years so far,
Yeah.
it's still young. So we need to be super careful. If something happens that might happen, I need to have the ability to recover the data
What
and make
about
the,
like archiving, like for
yeah, the Kevin
after
is like 2 months. Oh, the Kevin in the like
For
the long term
for
The
archive.
free?
long
Yeah.
term archiving.
That's a good question. It is included in the plans as far as you have an active account. No matter if you have 200
Wow.
studies, it is included. Okay.
I don't know, boys. All the
Well,
girls left, but what do you boys think about this?
so I was going to say, at one of the sites Dan and I own, we're still old school. I don't know. You were at the conference last year, and I was on the paper side. We're still paper at this site.
Not my
Um,
choice at that site. Shout out Rosario.
I I expect to be transitioning this year though, and you sold me. We'll definitely be
Wow. If
using
nothing
you.
else, this webinar got you a new customer.
I just don't know
Rosario.
when, so
I'm
be
happy to
mindful of
hear that.
that. But at some point this year, we'll be looking you up. So,
It's very
I'm happy to
um,
hear
compelling.
that.
It's very
And
and I
compelling.
and I think it's a good comparison for Dan and I for the other e-source vendor we currently use at other sites. I think it'll be a good experiment to see which is preferred.
Oh, sure, sure.
But
I'm happy to hear that. Just last advice for anyone watching the video: any CTMS solution will help. Will help. Yeah, definitely. If you are a paper source, if you decide to jump and start using a spreadsheet, it will help you. If you start switching from spreadsheet to any CTMS solution, it will help you because it's not a simple spreadsheet with data like plain data in a spreadsheet like a table. It's more like think about this: a lot of tables that communicates and integrate each other. All the information is integrated and organized. You have patients, you have the events for the upcoming visits, you have the SMS solution or any other type of tool that other
You have
providers offer,
invoicing on the CTM on the
invoicing as
user and
well. Yeah, yeah. Invoicing, I mean, is part of the budget. Yes,
CTMS.
there is no other way around. You need to have like the end of that process is an invoice, right? An invoice or a payment receipt for payouts. There is no way around. Um, we need to improve that part, of course. At the beginning, our customers were not like super picky or demanding on that area, but little by little, we start, with all the customers that actually provide that service. So they are more like demanding, and they are helping us to understand all the missing parts. So we're working towards that. All right. Anyone using paper source, don't be afraid to switch. You don't need to do like a full electronic
Shame on you,
solution.
paper source people.
You
What's
you
wrong
can
with
you,
you?
you can do a mix just to get the volunteer database organized and the patient visits organized and just the completion of the visits with a click. So you can build um, and organize all the invoices. That's like game changing. So feel free to reach out.
Brad, you are the ultimate skeptic. You and Chris both actually, but one of you guys are both basic. What do you think about all this?
I mean, I like to see, uh, people coming up and I mean, look, I was going to ask the question too, like how often do you guys get people coming to you that are unhappy with like the current CTMS options available? Because there's not a ton, right? And as we've talked about, they tend to be expensive. I think if you're a small site, it can be overwhelming with all the features, and you're nickel and dimed for every feature. We're seeing, I mean, I'm seeing and hearing about, especially as these companies are also now getting a lot of investment. There's bugs in the systems. Their support's getting worse. So I love to see any new entrant to the market who's actually listening to sites. And obviously, you guys have a commitment to giving a shit about sites just by virtue of being part of SOS. So I mean, I think it's great, and we're evaluating CTMS systems, so we should
Oh,
talk
that's
and
good.
at least get a
That's good.
demo. So
Sure, sure.
I would like
Anytime.
to hear that feedback to see what we are missing or how can we improve. Because that's the whole idea. I mean, people ask me the same question: how you measure your CTMS, how you compare yourself. It's not a bad thing to say I'm missing this and that. It's a bad thing not to address and to fix it and to add it. That's fine. Um, I heard you mention people getting stressed for the change or mentioning that the current CTMS is not a good fit or etc. I would say every CTMS help. We have seen teams getting up to speed in a week, and we have seen teams after a year using eClinPro supposedly to reach out to us asking questions like, "Come on, you have not used the CTMS." Even though we have all the video tutorials and a great guide how to use it, small videos, you have our support, you have us in a WhatsApp group. So, I mean, there are certain point that some of our customers mention like you are doing much more than that you're supposed to do. But as my partner mentioned, our customer success is our success. They grow, at the end they pay more, to be just transparent, and they make more money. They have better results. So pharmaceutical get better results. We have more good quality medicine, or people get uh, you know better opportunity, better quality of life. So everyone is a win, but everyone needs to do their job. So it's what we do every day. We exhort every customer, they have like a regular bad feedbacks about us, to communicate it right away as the other customer do. And again, thanks to our customers for their support.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Well, I'm looking at the website right now, but yeah, it's very compelling. I love entrepreneurs in this space. I do think this is, I mean, I write about this stuff too. Like tech is deflationary, and we shouldn't have monopolies in the space. We should have competition. You know,
Options, yes.
yeah, Chris and I founded with Ronick Patient Ace, which is a recruitment company. I believe that's putting downward pressure on the bigger player. It's very similar to what you guys do, actually, is what we're trying to do with that one. So I think we need more of this, especially.
Yeah.
Feel free not to answer if you don't want, but your thoughts on, are you guys bootstrapped? Are you guys private equity backed? Because that tends to make things sometimes less clear on incentives and who's benefiting from the product ultimately. You guys want to talk about this at all?
Right now, it's only my partner and I. Um,
The
and again, thanks to
best,
our
the
customers. So,
best.
yeah.
That's pure. You guys are at have purity right now,
Uh,
which
y-
is
yes, that gives us a great advantage. So let's say a
yeah.
customer reach out to us with something they need. Second, we do is not to jump and to do it. No, we need to
Mhm.
check with all the customers to see something that they need actually. If it is something just particular to the customer, to kind of prioritize, the key of things to do. And then we can address that super fast. We don't need to check with anyone or the big company head or the
Absolutely.
stakeholders or something like that, which I have experience with that, and it's like a long process.
Things
Have you
move much
guys
more
had?
quickly.
You guys are
So,
relatively new, I guess. I don't even know if you would know the answer, but have any of your sites so far been FDA been through a FDA audit? And has the
Yes.
FDA had any feedback on your product?
Yeah, I know particularly that some of our site have been audited by the FDA, by sponsors, and they never had any issue with our system.
Okay.
So basically, actually, they like it because I don't know exactly about the FDA by sponsor wise. They they don't need to send someone straight to the site. They can do everything remote.
External,
I
yeah.
mean, if you are using electronic source, all the data is there. Go to the audit trail,
Yeah.
check when the data was entered, and also the way that we had in the system to communicate between the sponsors, auditors on the sites is similar to any ADC. Create a query, ask the question, they fix it, reply, and they close it. It's
So
very 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 simple.
The FDA has audited, just to clarify, the FDA has audited at least one or more of your of sites that are
Exactly.
using eClinPro, and it was negligible.
Exactly. When they conduct when our clients, right? Some not all the time, but they tell me, "Hey, I'm going to get an audit by the FDA," and they ask me about these documents or I don't know validation documents. We provide them to them. Please let me
Okay.
know if any issue, and then we. Hey, any issue, anything that that we can work together? And no, everything was
Nice,
fine.
man.
Anything related with the system, okay?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, anything
That's
related with the
amazing.
system.
That's amazing. I mean, I think I've asked my questions, Brad and Chris. If you have any more, anyone else watching?
I mean, I feel like a lot was sort of covered in the flow there. So I think well done.
Well,
Great
Yeah.
again,
job.
really happy to participate. I can't wait to meet you at this was. Well, this time is gonna be better because one thing that I was not super happy last year is it was only one day, right?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
afternoon. And yeah, I mean the conference are great in general, and specifically the SOS is super because you have the opportunity to meet people in person, to ask any questions, to debate, to share. So um, I will recommend anyone to participate in the SOS. They are great, and hopefully we can meet a lot of great people as we did last year. So really
That's right.
excited. Can't
And
wait.
what hotel, guys? The Omni. That's right. The Omni Hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. Beautiful
Just
Oklahoma
down the
City.
block from where I'm at. So
Amazing. Sell it, Brad. What is so nice about it? Like,
It's a
it's a
beautiful
luxurious
hotel.
hotel,
Yeah.
it is beautiful.
five
There's
star.
a ton of stuff within walking distance, and I'll be there. So
There you
Yeah,
go.
that makes
There
it
you
worth it
sold.
right there.
Now you sold
Right
it for
there.
everybody. The last question. This one might be tough. It's unusual to end on such a fastball, Nolan Ryan 100-mile-an-hour heater.
My God.
But Patty Mendoza said, "Did the FDA perform a review or BIMO inspection? They are different."
Well, the inspection they did was through my understanding. What the customer taught us was checking their studies and a specific study. And what they asked us was, I mean, and they have it already. It's part of this in the system. You can go and download it. All the validation documents, the CS,
Hmm.
the Part 11 validation document, test script, everything that is required by the FDA. We have it right there in the system. Anyone, even the coordinator, can go download it and provide it to any sponsor that they needed or the FDA. So that was in the cases that they they notify us. That was that they asked us. After that, I checked then with them. Hey, everything was fine. Anything, and they said no, everything was fine. No issues. Nothing
Okay.
related with eClinPro. I'm not
So
saying
it's
that they
probably a just a normal,
FDA.
on-site audit. Did they get a 482?
I
Do
don't
you guys know?
no,
No,
I don't think so. I'm not related with our system.
Yeah.
Not related with our system. I don't have anyone that anyway. I mean, not related with something that because the system. Okay.
Okay. That's fine. I think it sounds like went through a standard audit like any site could expect at any given time, and it was no issue having eClinPro. So that's what most sites want to hear. Anyway, sponsors, they like to hear all kinds of other stuff. I have no idea half the time what they're talking about, but um, I don't know who honestly. Maybe Darshan.
from a sponsor,
That's
what
it,
I
guys.
heard, just to share that is mainly like the
Yeah.
audit trail to make sure that every information is recorded in time and who did it and the purpose and everything, any change, the permissions per study protocol, etc. The delegation log, how it was done in time, etc. Uh, as far as I know, where we don't have a site of our own, but yeah. All
Okay.
right.
Well, good to know.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you guys. Everybody go come to SOS, come connect. But if you can't, shame on you, first of all. Second of all, just
Mm.
follow eClin Pro and Jose and Rainer there and Chris and Brad while you're at it. Thank you guys.
Thank you
Yes,
so
thank you.
much.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Hey, everyone, have a good day.
You
And
too.
live stream ends. But Omni, Omni, Omni,